The Silent Client. Emily had always been good at multitasking. As a stay-at-home mom, she balanced raising her 2 young kids with working on her online side hustle, freelance graphic design. It wasn't glamorous, but it brought in a little extra cash, and most importantly, it let her work from home. Late nights had become her routine, spending hours in front of her laptop once the kids were asleep and the house was finally quiet. One evening, as she was finishing up a project, she received a new message from an unfamiliar username. Silent193. Need a quick design job. Urgent. Pays double. She was tired, but the offer was tempting. With rent coming due and the holidays around the corner, a little extra money wouldn't hurt. She responded quickly. What do you need done? The reply came almost instantly. A logo. I'll send details, but I need it by midnight. That gave her just under 2 hours. Doable, she thought, as a file attachment popped up in the chat. She clicked it open, and immediately a strange feeling crept over her. The file wasn't a typical design brief. It was a single image, blurry but unmistakable. Her house, taken from the street. Her fingers froze on the keyboard. She blinked, thinking maybe she'd misinterpreted it. Maybe it was just a coincidence, a house that looked like hers. Before she could rationalize further, another message appeared. I'm outside. Her heart dropped into her stomach. She quickly shut her laptop and darted to the window, peeking through the curtains. The street was dark and empty, the only movement coming from the faint rustling of leaves in the wind. She couldn't see anyone. Maybe this was some kind of a prank. Emily's phone buzzed. Another message from the same username. Look closer. Her hand trembled as she slowly raised her phone. The message contained another attachment. She hesitated, her pulse quickening, and she couldn't stop herself from clicking it. The image opened, and her blood ran cold. It was a photo of her living room, taken from outside the window. She spun around, staring at the exact spot where the photo had been taken. There was no one there. Her heart pounded in her chest, the silence of the house suddenly suffocating. She raced to the front door, double-checking the locks, then sprinted through the house, securing every window and door she could think of. Another message buzzed on her phone. You forgot the basement. Emily's breath caught in her throat. She hadn't been down there in weeks, but the door was at the end of the hall, always closed. Her eyes darted to it now, and her stomach churned when she noticed something. The door was slightly ajar. She stared at it, frozen in place, her mind racing. Had it always been open? She hadn't touched it since they moved some boxes down there a couple weeks ago. Before she could gather the courage to move, her phone buzzed again. She couldn't bring herself to look at it, already knowing what it would say. Instead, she edged closer to the basement door, her hands trembling, trying to stay as quiet as possible. Slowly, she reached out to push it shut, but as her fingers brushed the wood, the door creaked open a little further. A whisper came from the darkness below. I'm already inside. The door suddenly slammed shut on its own, leaving Emily standing in horror. She backed away, her phone still buzzing in her hand, but she didn't dare look at the messages anymore. Her mind screamed to run. But where would she go? Her children were upstairs, sleeping, unaware of the terror unfolding below. Her phone buzzed one last time. This time, she couldn't help herself. She looked. You should have finished the job. The screen went black.